My name is Mike Allen. I'm director of our Nature Coast Biological Station, which is located in Cedar Key, Florida, right in the estuary of the Suwannee River. In our region, one of the biggest threats to the natural resource is going to be changes in freshwater, and it's going to be changes in freshwater quantity and quality that happen due to a combination of factors. And those factors include things like climate change and what's going to happen to future rainfall patterns, as well as human uses of water and human expansion in the basin. This project really is set up to try to understand how we could better manage the basin in the face of climate change to protect natural resources.
I'm David Kaplan. I'm an Associate Professor of Environmental Engineering Sciences at the University of Florida, and I'm also Associate Director of the Center for Coastal Solutions at UF. The team I'm working with is trying to understand how changes in the way land is managed and land use and population growth and agricultural activities affect the flow of water in the Suwannee River and also the contribution of nutrients to the estuary from the landscape. The information that we provide to the estuarine modelers helps them understand how changes in land use, changes in climate, changes in weather are going to affect that flow of water, which then affects the coastal ecosystem directly.
Hi, I'm David Shigaris, and I'm a research assistant professor at University of Florida's Nature Coast Biological Station. My objective is to predict what will happen in the estuary as far as sport fish populations, clam and oyster populations, and recreational fishing. I think the biggest impacts that we're expecting to see are being able to actually quantify the changes that are expected in this system in the future, given different climate and land use scenarios. And so in the end, what we want to be able to show is how changes in land use and climate will affect the estuarine ecosystem, and as well as the resources that they generate in terms of fisheries and aquaculture.
So I'm Krista Court, Assistant Professor of Regional Economics in the Food and Resource Economics Department at the University of Florida. We are doing the economic modeling for the project, so we take information from other parts that are looking at hydrological situations in the region, ecological situations in the region, and really understanding what the economic impacts of changes to those environmental factors might be. What I hope to see accomplished is that we recognize the interconnections between the ecology, the hydrology, and the economy, and that this is a first step in really connecting those things instead of looking at them individually in our own disciplines, and recognizing some of those trade-offs that might happen as we move into the future.
My name is Angie Lindsay. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Family, Youth, and Community Sciences, and I'm also a faculty member within the Center for Public Issues Education. Our part of this project is looking at the outreach part, and so in addition to getting some of the information, some of the results back out into the community, one of the unique parts of this project is actually bringing the community into the very foundation of this particular project. We have a stakeholder advisory committee that was started at the very beginning of the project, and we actually work with them to help them understand what we're looking at, but also want to understand from them what do they need to see in these scenarios, what do they value within their communities, and want to make sure that it is accounted for in some of these scenarios that we're looking at.
Well, what we hope the impacts of this are, it's going to develop some best management practices that people can use in the basin to keep our ecosystems healthy and keep natural resources productive and usable by humans. But also, we really wanted to learn what is going to be the relative impacts of things like climate change and the changes we see in rainfall patterns versus what humans can do about it as far as water and land use. So that's what we hope to happen.